Hey guys, it's Simran here from the YouTube channel Electric Cars Are Lit, a channel in which we talk a lot about electric cars and the electric car industry and in general just the green space. Not the green space, but the green space. Today we'll be talking about the Porsche Taycan. It was announced about 2 weeks ago. Other YouTubers have already uploaded their thoughts. I'm late to the party. Yes, I know, but let's get into it. So, we all have really high expectations for this Porsche. It is supposed to be a Tesla killer, supposedly, or at least it's supposed to match what the Model S could do, or maybe exceed. It's supposed to be the best electric car out there, supposedly, at least by Porsche. Well, according to the stats, it's kind of lame for an electric car, at least for the cars that we've been seeing for a while. But for Porsche, for the Volkswagen group, the performance stats are actually really good. 0 to 60 and under around 3 seconds, under 3 seconds, I believe it was 2.7 seconds to be precise. And with a range of nearly, I'm gonna say 350 miles just to keep it safe, but it's less than that. Is that bad? By any means, no. 300 miles is a lot of range, but 300 miles compared to the newest Tesla out today, which can do 370. Real world use case, maybe the Tesla can probably do, maybe 320, 330 in bad situations. Rain, snow, cold, aggressive driving, right? 300 miles on a Tesla is so easy to get on a full charge, whereas Porsche might just struggle to reach that point. So for an EV in 2019, the specs on it are really good. Even for an EV if it was released maybe like a year or two later. The only thing that's holding it back from the real, I would say, marketplace is the price. It's about like 1.5 times the cost of the highest performance and Model S. Now, Porsche did say that they wanted to make this a performance variant, a performance model. Obviously, I'm talking about the highest end. It can exceed, $180,000 US values, by the way. Right now, like, you can get a Model S for about 120, 130, maybe less. I believe it is less. I'm pretty sure. Porsche really wanted to emphasize the repeatability of this EV, so that's why if you saw the fully charged episode, the first basically media episode of the Porsche Taycan out there in the wild, Johnny Smith, who reviewed that car during that time, he actually took it out on the track. He did some 0 to 60 runs, I believe, probably 0 to 100 runs, 0 to 100 miles an hour runs, maybe more, maybe less. I have no clue, because he clearly did not really tell us. I believe it was 0 to 60 runs, and he kept doing them. And Porsche really wanted to emphasize the capability of the car as a performance car. So it's meant for the track. It is not meant for, well, it is kind of meant for your daily driving. It's an electric car, so it's going to be really cheap for your daily driving and really good on the track. Whereas other cars that you get, for example, I'm going to take the example of a McLaren. It has a big engine, V10, V8, whatever. Big engine. It's going to use a lot of fuel. It's not going to be cheap to run no matter what you do. You can try to run it at the lowest RPM. You can be like the most efficient, but it's gonna gulp through the fuel because of the big engine. Whereas the Porsche isn't like that. It's electric. Not only Porsche, it's just every other car, every other electric car. It's electric. It's only gonna use the amount of power that you need. If you drive it carefully, you'll get tons of range out of it. So for it to be a performance-oriented yet daily driver car, I believe it's got a bright future ahead for it. And honestly, at the moment, sure, Tesla beats out on the specs because it has more range, it has quicker acceleration from 0 to 60. It has a supercharger network. I'm not even going to get started on that point. Volkswagen Group is trying to actually build out their network. I believe it's from Ionity in Europe and Electrify America in Canada and the States. Because they had the Dieselgate scandal about 4 years ago, they had to use the money that they had to give in fines to build out their electric car charging infrastructure and whatnot. And I have no clue how good it is because I have never used it. I live in Canada. People who live in the States have probably used it. There's probably reviews online. If the Porsche is actually what people say it is, then Porsche fans would love it, because if you're a Porsche fan and you hear about a company that's like an American company and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a good looking car, but horrendous build quality. Like, I know when you walk into a Tesla store, when you close the door, you can tell the build quality of a car. When you close the door of any car. So when you walk into the Tesla store, you open the door of any of their models. When you close it, it doesn't feel that luxury. It feels kind of like there's like missing parts in it. Like, you know, there's not, it doesn't feel refined. That's what I'll use. It doesn't feel refined. Whereas Porsche is a German manufacturer with German engineering. They're gonna have the closing of the door spot on. And that's not to say that, oh my gosh, Porsche does better doors than Tesla or anything like that. It's just that the German engineering focuses more on the actual quality side, whereas Tesla is still fairly new company, even though it's been here for like, what, nearly 20 years. It's a fairly new company, and they're still trying to work out everything, all the quirks that they have, which, you know, is a build quality. I agree, it's not that good, but it's really good. Like, the car itself is really, really good. So the thing is, I haven't seen the Porsche in person, so I have no clue how good it actually looks, except how good it actually looks in the pictures, which, honestly speaking, it looks like a really good Porsche. Okay, it's not a bad car. It's a really, really good car. But does it stack up to what the highest model of Tesla that they have to offer, which is a Model S P100D, or performance model as they call it now? That's debatable. I guess time will tell exactly, but I'm not certain that it will actually stack up against that. But we'll see. Is it pronounced Taycan? 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 By the way, the name Turbo on the Porsche. Who would have